Hamill as Luke Skywalker. Harrison Ford as Han Solo. Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia.
Oh, shit.
All right, did you sync?
I did.
Okay.
Jesus
Welcome back
Christ.
to Jedi Knight. Dark
Welcome
Forces
back
2.
to Jedi.
That was like a 10-year fall right there. Oh, yeah, I go this way.
As you've watched last time, we're at 3 health.
Yep, we're at 3
Yeah,
health.
3 health.
Oh, my God.
You got to use grenades, man.
I don't know if I have any left. I'm out of grenades.
What do you have? What do you have?
I got my lick saber. I got my pistol.
Then you got to do pop and shoot. Do pop and shoot.
Let's see. What do I got for gun? Why am I moving?
Do bowcaster, pop
Why
and shoot.
is the wind?
Why is the
Why
wind?
is the wind, dude?
Oh shit.
No, you got to pop and shoot. Or side shoot.
Yep.
As I was telling you off camera before we started, I went down to my brother's on Saturday for my birthday, which was last Wednesday. And my nephew's niece for my birthday got me a shirt that's got a picture of a dude.
You're not wearing?
Sunglasses. I wore it like 2 days ago at work. A beard, and it says bearded Funkle, and it has like a definition underneath it. Because I am the bearded fun uncle.
God damn.
And I was like, I love that shirt.
Did they make it? Or did
I think I don't know. They might kind of made it sound like maybe it was made, but like they ordered it online. But
so
I
it's
think
one of those sites that makes kind of funny t-shirts.
Yeah, but also my sister-in-law kind of made it seem like they had designed it, kind of. I don't know. Regardless, awesome shirt. Yeah, I don't love
Nice.
it.
There you go.
Whoa.
It's kind of a non-story.
Save it, dude. Save it.
Oh yeah. Every guy we gotta save until we get some health back.
That is the
Jesus.
That is the position I aim to fill, is the bearded Funko. There was a.
I took a. Hold on.
Yeah.
I was at the lake
Yes.
this weekend, or over the weekend, and it was kind of a crappy lake weekend, I would say. It was like 70s.
Yeah.
Not that great, and kind of overcast. Not that, hardly any wind, but the sun would come sparsely.
Right.
I, though,
Rained a little on.
take all the kids out on a jet ski ride.
Yeah.
Nice.
I took all the kids. We went to John Barry's, this dude that has a fucking huge ass mansion.
Talk about John Berry on the one episode.
Yep.
We talk about Kyle's.
Yeah,
lake.
John Barry is probably the biggest non-Kyle Kyle.
Yeah. He's got everything a Kyle would want, but he doesn't act like a Kyle. Yeah.
He's obsessed with like trains too. Like
Nice,
that's
dude.
probably a Kyle thing.
Old Kyle.
But he has like an actual caboose, like a life-size caboose, as
Sick.
like a garden object in his backyard.
That's pretty sweet.
Who knows if it's like a cabin? That'd be like
Yeah.
that'd be sweet to have like just a caboose in your backyard to be like, here, go hang out in my caboose house.
Go take some caboose naps.
Yeah, I totally would. So yeah,
Oh no!
Rip.
fly, Sean, fly.
I
took
made it.
all the little kids out for their first, like
try
some
that
of the
again.
little kids.
Yeah, first time.
My
It'd
little
be
niece.
scary for the first time.
My little niece was her first time going on the jet ski, and yeah, it was fun to bring her out.
Yeah.
And then I brought my
Yeah.
my
don't know if
older
I can
niece
do
out.
this.
She's like up to here on me when
Yeah.
we're sitting down, and we hit the biggest wave, and she was in front of me because I like wanted her to drive.
Yeah.
And we hit the wave, and our nose went in,
Yep.
splashed up, her head hit me
Oh,
right in the nose. I'm like,
Ugh.
I was just
Ouch.
like,
Jesus.
am I bleeding? I kept checking, like, shit, I don't want to bleed in front of her. I don't want to bleed in front of her.
Yep.
Because she like hit me with her ear, and she's like, ow, my ear. And I'm like, yeah, weird, huh? My nose. That sucks. But yeah, that was a.
Oh no, we're at
event.
2.
I think she's like tall enough she could pass as like a 16-year-old or
Yeah.
like however old you need to be to ride your own.
Drive, yeah. Drive one of those. So we had some Star Wars news.
Yeah, let's get to the Star Wars news.
Crank it out, my dude.
All right.
You lead this one.
So Star Wars Gallery is a series on Disney Plus to coincide with The Mandalorian.
Yes.
And the recent episode, they talked about connections. which is what I take as like how they connected stuff from the universe of Star Wars into the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Like, for instance, they brought Mark Hamill back as a cameo. And what's kind of cool is that he played a droid in the Mos Eisley Cantina, serving drinks to the Mando. And he said, like, Mando's asking, like,
Oh, God.
do you have information on such and such person? He's like, I don't, or whatever.
Yeah.
And Mando, like, puts down some coin or something like that and just gives a random name. And that was basically, I think it was Mark Hamill just doing a voice, or it could have been a modulated, just his voice. But that was a really interesting connection.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's so many other detailed ones that they talked about, like how they wanted to connect IG-88 into the Mando, but they just decided to make it a different IG unit.
Yep.
There was...
If
They
wanna-
talked about the Chicken Walker
If they
and
want
the
to bring
ATST.
IG in, they should just adapt Dark Forces. Or not Dark... Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows, yeah.
Shadows of the Empire.
Well, it was cool hearing one of the ILM guys talk about, like, Chicken Walker versus ATST. At a certain point, they weren't called ATSTs. In Empire Strikes Back, one of the model makers made up that ATST. He called it the Chicken Walker. And it wasn't really featured until Return, when they fight on Endor, or the moon of Endor, whatever the hell. So, like, that was kind of an interesting note that they said, like, when it was in Empire, it wasn't called ATST. At that point, this guy just, like, on a whim threw it into that scene, and it was just for that one shot. And you kind of just, it's kind of like a glancing shot, because they use it in Shadows, like, there's a billion of them in Shadows in that skirmish. But it was just like a little walking chicken guy. Just for that one little 2-second scene, and then it, like, evolved into something more prevalent in Return, which is kind of cool. Okay.
Just one little cheat
I don't
code.
care, man.
Just one
Fucking
little cheat
heals
the
code.
game.
Just heal myself up real quick.
Oh,
Oh god, that didn't work!
still can knock you off.
Rip.
Alright, 2 little cheat codes.
It's one thing. It's not Star Wars related, but it's another trilogy related. I fell for one of those quick clickbait articles.
Okay.
That was just like Easter eggs that nobody notices in Lord of the Rings or whatever.
Yeah.
And the one that
There we go.
actually caught me was that his staff, or Gandalf's staff, sorry, his staff isn't
Has a
very
pipe in
helpful. Yeah, his pipe's in it. I never noticed that before.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Little place for his pip. It just fits so well in there, you don't even notice. Also, that the other one was that I noticed, I never thought about, I guess, was that Aragorn wears Boromir's bracers
Yeah, he puts them on.
after he dies.
Well, they show him put them on.
Yeah, through
He
Return of
just
the King.
goes like this when they're about to.
But like he actually does have them on all the way through Return of the King.
Yep.
It's
I
not just
noticed
like
that.
it's not just like a moment and then like next movie it's gone.
But Groucho, this isn't Star Wars.
I know, that's what I said. It isn't Star Wars. I said that right up front.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh, it's probably too busy playing Star Wars.
Yep. Yeah, it makes perfect sense, dude.
Should probably save real quick.
That's actually pretty cool.
Ooh.
Mark Hamill confirms that he is Sebastian Stan's father, sort of.
Sort of.
How is it sort of?
Because it kind of looked like.
Yeah, they do.
That's almost their lips, almost perfect.
The eye area.
The nose, not so much, but the eyes, kind of. Yeah.
Hey, we did it.
But remember, that's post nose break. Post car accident, remember? Mark Hamill.
So he just has to get in a car accident.
Well, no.
That's all he has to do.
I'm just, that's all he has to do. I'm just saying his nose looks different than he
It's like one of those
originally did. So you look at Mark Hamill in New Hope versus Mark Hamill in Empire. His appearance has actually changed quite a bit from that nose break.
Oh yeah. Another connection that they talked about was kind of funny because they had an actual dialogue with George Lucas when like Mando shows up with his gun, right? That whatever plasma rifle thing with that shocks
Yeah.
That one animal.
It's just like, oh yeah, that's
So-
pretty cool.
Disintegrator,
it
isn't
was
it?
hilarious because John Favreau was going like, "Did you notice the subtle nod we did to that? You know, the cartoon?" And George Lucas just goes like, "Oh yeah, that wasn't my decision." Just totally like breezes over, and Favreau's like really excited about telling him like, "Look, we used the gun that Boba used in the holiday special cartoon," and George is just like, "I don't have anything to say about that."
That had nothing to do with me.
He didn't. It was so funny.
Which is either him being like, "Hey, I can't take credit for that,"
Yeah.
or him just being like, "I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Like, what the fuck?"
My favorite bit of like George Lucas just footage is, I don't even know what fucking show it was from. Is this guy like walking down the sidewalk talking about like a restaurant or some shit, and then George Lucas just comes in the background, like looks at the camera and smiles a little bit.
Yeah,
and then
I
just
remember
keeps
that.
going.
I remember
He wasn't
that.
even part of the production. He just like was walking by.
I saw a similar thing where like people were taking pictures of their families at Disney, and George Lucas would be sitting on a bench somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
my
such a
favorite.
sad
My
guy.
favorite is still that edit of the Phantom Menace behind the scenes footage where he's like, "You can't go too far" or whatever.
I think we've gone too far.
Yeah, I think we.
I think we've gone too far.
No, he
God
says
is-
he says I think we've gone far in a few places.
Oh, he actually says too far.
Yeah, he said I think we've
I
gone
think
too
we
far in a
went too
few
far.
places.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, this is perfect. This is perfect, Georgie boy.
It's a little disjointed.
Seems like a lot of short scenes.
It's bold in terms of jerking people around, but I may have gone too far in a few places.
Sneak,
All right.
sneak.
Why
Well,
aren't
we're
you
gonna be-
just cutting ceilings right now?
Because the safety's on.
If this was Jedi Outcast, you'd be making
All
marks,
kinds of
dude.
sparks.
All kinds of sparks, and you could be drawing dicks, dude.
I could.
Oh yeah, dude, saber dicks.
Who's
All right, we'll be back in the next episode with more saber dicks.
More saber dicks.
On the Star Wars special.